This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by promoter Alex Krassyuk here in Monte Carlo. Alex, firstly, how are you?
Thank you very much, feeling good. Nice, delighted to be here. Not the first time, been here before. Amazing place, amazing night. You know, just a pleasure to be here.
Alex, such is the boxing world. You never know who can turn up at certain events. When I turned up here tonight, I did not expect to see you here. What brings you to this part of the world?
You better ask not what, but who. It was Eddie Hearn. He invited me to come.
So, why did he invite you to come?
We had a friendly conversation beginning of September in Café Royal in London. So he said, I have a show in Monaco, 4th of November. You are welcome to come, and here I am.
So, no business talk?
Not yet.
I don't want to pry too much into that. I'm going to get straight into it. Obviously, last weekend, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, a very interesting fight, a fight which had the world watching. What did you make of what we saw?
Karma in action. When you treat your opponent with disrespect, when you overlook your opponent, sometimes shit happens, and that was unlucky night for our guy.
A lot of people online felt that Francis Ngannou had done enough to have his hand raised. How did you feel that the fight had gone?
Well, from boxing point of view, Tyson Fury won the fight. The fight is scored by the rounds. So he, according to my cards, he was like, let's say, couple rounds ahead. And that's normal. I mean, he lost a couple rounds, he lost several rounds. One round definitely he lost for having a knockdown. But in general, he won. But you know, the impression, the emotional impression that we had, an absolute underdog, an MMA fighter who had absolutely zero chance, suddenly fires up the world. So now Tyson Fury is in the position to be, how to say, frustrated about the attitude the world has to him. The only man who doesn't trust Tyson Fury is Oleksandr Usyk, because he still thinks that Tyson Fury was playing a game. He thinks that Tyson Fury was not serious. He thinks that Tyson Fury, when he steps into the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, will be on his best.
We'll come on to that very shortly. Sticking with the theme of last week, I spoke to Jean Gillet the day after the fight. He said it was embarrassing to see Francis Ngannou perform the way he did, have as much success as what he did. Do you feel the same? Do you feel like it was embarrassing to see that?
Well, I wouldn't use the word embarrassing, but it was kind of unusual. Not a single man in the world could expect it. And I would say if Tyson treated him seriously, it wouldn't happen probably. He didn't look trained, his body did not look trained. So it looked like the man is coming from long vacation for easy money. So that was the way he looked. Well, and he won, there is no doubt about it. But the way he won brings some, you know, kind of question marks.
Before that fight, everybody who I spoke to about Fury-Usyk, when it happens, they slightly favoured Tyson because of the size, feeling that he would use that to his advantage. On the back of the version we saw last weekend, do you have more confidence now that your man will have his hand raised when they share the ring?
You know what? Size doesn't matter much, especially in boxing. Many people, including Derek Chisora, trust that size means a lot. But my experience and my hunch tells me that it's not about size, it's about skills, it's about mindset, and it's about the mentality and boxing IQ. This is what makes you victorious. Well, Tyson has everything. He has boxing IQ, he has skills, he has speed, he has footwork, he has experience, he knows how to invent things in the ring, and he has size. Usyk has everything but the size. But Usyk has something from the past. Usyk has extraordinary amateur experience. So when I talk to him, I don't see any hesitation in his eyes. I mean, he's absolutely ready to go, and he knows the way to deal with Tyson. That's why I feel confident. That's why I feel relaxed about this fight. So the only thing I'm really concerned is to make this fight happen.
Alex, you said he's ready to go, Alexander, that is. After the fight, he said that contractually December 23rd had to happen. Since then, there's been reports of February. Can you clear that up for me? Was it in the contract it had to be December 23rd?
Yeah, in the contract it was December 23. But it's a matter of a common sense, of common reason. If a fighter is not willing to go, you cannot make him. You can just you can have a lawsuit, you can have some arguments, you can do whatever you wish. But if the fighter is not willing to fight, nothing can make him. So we would rather stay flexible, relaxed. We have settled already the new date, and next week we're gonna announce it. Hopefully, of course.
Is it along those lines of late February?
Yeah, that's true.
Just before I let you go, because I know you're a busy man, we saw a video released the other day of Alexander speaking about his father and how emotional that was for him to kind of deal with his passing and always feeling like he's there in his corner. It was brilliant to see. Can you talk to me about Alex, just from your perspective, can you please talk to me about Alexander's relationship with his father, how difficult of a time that might have been for him to deal with his passing, and how he feels like his father's still there in his corner every day, backing him to become what he is currently?
Listen, I've been working with Alexander since 2013, so this year we are celebrating our 10th anniversary. He always talk about his father, like when it's like personal, when we have eye to eyes, he remembers his father, he reminds of him, and he keeps telling stories how his father used to tell him things, used to teach him life. His father was the one to bring him to boxing. His father was the one to encourage him. His father was the one to motivate him. So, and you know, this is such a dramatic story. When he became the champion, the Olympic champion in London, and he was taken to some tour inside Ukraine, and he didn't make it home. His father passed away exactly in the time he was in Ukraine, but not at home. And that's just, you know, I was translating that interview with Bansi. I was crying with them, you know, extremely touching.
Listen, Alexander's a great man, and he was obviously touching and emotional to see that from our perspective as well. I'm going to leave you now to enjoy the rest of your night, though. Alex, thank you for speaking to me, and I look forward to the announcement next week, hopefully.
Absolutely, yes. It was my pleasure as always.